I bet you want more of the laboratory and the Hiwale sounds. They are not gone. They are with us till the end of the show today. There's plenty of fresh live music on the show today. But let's say hello to Joseph Akabli. Do I have to say hello to you?
You have to say hello to me. I'm not joining you on set.
No, I have to say hello rather to Jay Hyde. Good morning. There you are. We can't quite hear him. We're going to work on that and link up with Jay Hyde. But we have to settle for the papers. Isaac J. Hyde, the Nooks president, our guest reviewer this week, is doing 3 papers: The Finder, The Daily Dispatch, The Ghanaian Observer. I'll stick with The Graphic and The Daily Statesman. And Joseph will do The Daily Guide and The Times. So why don't you begin, Joseph?
Start with the front page of The Daily Guide. It has this story about Agyapong boys useless, says Ni Lante. And forgive me, Kennedy begs judge over stupid jab. On the front page, poultry farmers issue worries, FAEG. And don't go independent is from Kate Jimfua. And NPP more people centered than NDC. Also on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. The back page has a story that I'm jumping over for good reasons. This one.
No. This is actually one of the things I was looking forward to.
Okay, so let me review my
Just
paper.
read, no.
My girlfriend now happy.
Can we do the back page of the Daily Guide on the screen?
Okay, so the back page, it has some story be about Kotoko board chair CEO set to resign. And so I'm sure Rico will have the details.
No, Rico will not have the details. You will have the details.
They were stuck in Spain also on the back page. And my girlfriend now happy. I have retired from parties. That is coming from Ronaldo Nazario. The proper Ronaldo. The
original Ronaldo.
The Ghanaian Times front page quickly. It has will uphold country's peace, stability before, during, after election 2020. President assures 74,000 DKM customers fully paid, and 109 persons arrested at Medina for attacking bailiff. And Trade Minister justifies the inclusion of 68 old companies in 1D, 1F. The back page has this story about the polio vaccination exercise beginning in Ho municipality, and Trade Minister justifies the 68 old companies, also on the back page of the Ghanaian Times.
All right, let's do the Daily Graphic newspaper. Front page of the Graphic today: lead fight against outmoded customs. President charges traditional rulers. Adhere to journalism ethics. That's the Graphic's guest editor for the Thursday edition of the paper, saying that Elizabeth Ohene, battle of manifestos, 2 ways to manage economy. So the 2 main political parties, the MPP and the NDC, have promised in their manifestos accelerated economic growth and development if elected into power on December 7. The paper is highlighting on the ways and means that they intend doing this. Where's the aged bill, help age query? So this is a bill that we've spent a lot of money on. The executive director of Help Age Ghana, Ebenezer Ajete Sose, has been talking to the Daily Graphic and expressing concern over the fact that although a lot of money had been spent on the bill, its submission to Parliament was not being expedited, given that the tenure of the current Parliament would expire on January 6th next year. It's a good time to bring this issue up because of the many promises and things contained in the manifesto. Let's get the political parties to commit to doing something, and with timelines as well. So certainly a good time to bring this issue. But essentially, because of the absence of a law, the executive director of Help Age Ghana says that the plights of the aged, the vulnerable, it's actually worsened in the absence of any law. And then Graphic calls on state institutions to settle debts is also another story, as the managing director appeared before the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament yesterday. Full stories on page 20 in the paper. On the back page, 2 in court for 100 kilogram gold theft. The 2 persons allegedly stole 100 kilograms of gold valued at $5.8 million. They've been arraigned before an Accra Circuit Court. The accused person, Seth Owusu, a Ghanaian, And Bachiro Bafat Nam a Bokinabe appeared before the court presided over by Mr. Emmanuel A. Sando yesterday. For the rest of it, you've got to read on. And then the vice president consoles flood victims in Upper East. There's a portion of a road that split apart by the flood waters. So this helps you also appreciate nobody can go, nobody can come, and this is a major road. And yeah, usually when it happens, we console, reach out, make promises. The next year, it happens again. Jay Hyde.
Yeah, hi, Mama V.
Hi, good morning. I know you were soaking in the live music. How are you today?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, you guys are always coming up with something interesting.
All right, you've got 3 papers, so please go on with the papers.
Right, and I'm beginning with the Daily Dispatch this morning. Comparing NPP and NDC manifestos. It also captures here a person I'm very much a fan of. Focus on Joy FM, said Kwame Boateng. Another story also looks into Kennedy Agyapong apologizes to the Chief Justice and Judges Association. It's economy. Why I want to be president again.
Okay, unfortunately, it looks like the connection is not very stable. We're losing you, Isaac J. Hyde, there. But he was in the middle of reviewing the Daily Dispatch newspaper. So Joseph Akable will do the Ghanaian Times. I think we haven't touched the Times. Let's finish off with the Times.
So the Times has this story about upholding the country's peace during and after the election coming from the president. It also has a story about 74,000 DKM customers are fully paid. And in terms of some of the stories that are inside, we also have the Ghanaian Observer and the Finder, which Isaac was telling us about. And so the Finder has this story about the NDC manifesto.
Okay, he's back.
Full of, we have him back.
Jay Hyde, we lost you. So
No, I even went off. Apologies.
no problem.
Well, so the Finder newspaper says that Bono gets 817 projects, 3 new district hospitals to be added, says President Akufo-Addo. First Lady donates medical equipment to the municipal hospital, to Ho Municipal Hospital. Finance Ministry engages Partnership Council FBOs on Agyapa. Dr. Baumia leads delegation to flood-affected areas in Upper East. NDC manifesto full of populist and discredited promises, says NPP. The last newspaper for today is the Ghanaian Observer, and it says that Ghanaians will vote in freedom, peace, and security on 7 December, President Akufo-Addo. You can't copy our ideas. You can copy our ideas, but can't copy our performance, Baumia tells NDC. Bono Region beneficiaries of 817 projects, 3 new district hospitals, President Akufo-Addo. 1 billion Palugu Dam project to stop flooding from Bagre Dam spillage, VIP. Alleged payment of 2 million Ghana cedis to brand ambassadors. Exim Bank sets record straight. Maybe these are the stories.
I was just wondering, did they set the record straight or they left us with more questions with no answers? But Joseph is going to do the Times. We'll come back and do some of the inside stories in some of the papers. Joseph?
And so the back page has, there's a story about the polio vaccination. You know, yesterday there was news that we had recorded some cases in some parts of the country in terms of detection of the situation. And so they are trying to deal with it. And so the vaccination, we understand, has started in the whole municipality. It's been reported by the Times. And the Trade Ministry has also been speaking about old companies under the One District, One Factory program. The Minister has been explaining why they are part of the program. And so that is it for the back page of the Times. We brought you the front page earlier.
Yes, okay. All right, sure. So Isaac J. Hyde, let's leave you to do your pick. What do you want to highlight on?
I mean, this morning we've got a lot to deal with. I want to look at the comparative analysis of education in NPP and NDC manifestos.
Okay.
It does appear the two political parties this year have come up with something interesting concerning education. I mean, if you've gotten to read the manifestos, you realize that the NPP very much focused on the elimination of guarantorship in their manifesto, whereas the NDC equally the same. Both political parties, I might say, have done some thorough research into coming up with a good manifesto, and especially those that focus on education. And I believe they should be commended for this.
Was it, still on education, Joseph, was it the Law Students Association that issued a statement yesterday because of the specific portions that touch on how they intend reforming law education? And they essentially don't like what the NPP put up, but prefer the NDC. Explain what's contained in this.
And so their point is that, I mean, the NPP is promising that they are going to expand infrastructure to increase access. Their argument is that cannot be done within 12 months. And so it means that the thousands of students who have not been able to gain admission into the professional law course program for years are not likely to get into the campuses within that period. Again, people will be graduating and wanting to take the exam and wanting to get in. There will also not be space available readily for them. The NDC, on the other hand, is proposing that they are going to accredit some law faculties to run the program. So they are of the view that that gives hope, because that is what they have been pushing for, actually, that once you have a number of law faculties running it, it means that you have at least more than 2 areas where you can take it, because currently they have the Gimpa faculty, they have one at Legon, and there is the Kumasi one. And so that they say is not enough. They want some more. And so the faculties coming on would be able to assist them. And so that is the main pledge of the NDC that they agree with. And they are saying that that reflects the reality on the ground. And so they're not happy with the governing party in terms of its proposal.
You know, we got some education on voters' voice yesterday as we tried to get people to recall some of the promises made by the two political parties in their manifestos. The guest that we spoke to from the CDD gave us 2 questions, 2 critical questions when you hear promises as contained in the manifesto. One is that the promises are so many, the items listed are a lot. So ask them priority. What are they prioritizing? And then where are they going to get the money to do? But there are also other questions in terms of what the law, as we have it, even allow them to do what they've said they will do. So these are some of the things that I guess going forward we can ask to interrogate. But certainly anything that gives hope to the many law students who are hanging out there. Look at how the demonstration, not too long ago, that demonstration that turned violence in the end, how it went. There are a lot of desperate students who just want to study. They just want to study.
Myself, I'm a law student like yourself, and I believe that we all want to see something happen, and as soon as
we've lost the sound there. See, that's the picture I was asking for yesterday. He wouldn't give me, but finally we get to put it on the screen. Jay Hyde, we lost you just briefly. Okay, all right. We'll get him back to come and finish, the point that he was making. All right, Joseph, what are you concentrating on this morning?
Oh, there's an advice coming from Elizabeth Ohene. He's advising journalists to adhere to journalism of ethics. And, she has been in the news quite recently, writing about a number of issues, but she was at Graphic as guest editor
yes.
Sometime this weekend. She has asked their staff of the paper to ensure that the paper contains something that instigates and provokes every day. She said there was no need to make a fetish of putting 2 sides of a story, as what was important was to make sure of your facts. And she made reference to her own tenure and noted that she always went ahead with any story she felt was credible without necessarily seeking different sides to the story. That's quite an interesting perspective there. And so her point is that once the story is true, she doesn't necessarily feel she needs the other side of the story.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Except that I guess, once the story is true, once it's, so for instance, when you report from the courts, you say what the judge says, right?
Yeah.
You don't try to get any other side.
Yeah.
But I know that that's different from other situations.
Yeah, so assuming there's a story that, government is borrowing too much, or government has borrowed a certain amount of money, and you do your checks and the story is actually true, because it's true, government does not deserve the right to speak on that matter? That's a question to ask. I mean, there are different ways of looking at it, because, I mean, the idea generally is that people think that it's only fair that you extend the platform to the individuals if they want to take that opportunity. And mostly that's what journalists tend to do. So I offer you the opportunity that you can comment on this. If you don't want to, then I move on with the story.
But I also see the weakness, because I guess there are times that we also don't have the capacity. You find that a journalist doesn't even know what the facts, what the true facts are. So you just hear one side rattle, and then you want to hear the other side, because you yourself, you don't even know what the truth is. Yeah. All right, let's do myjoyonline.com. Let's see what our news portal is reporting today. Nobody has insulted Achim ethnic group. That's the chairman of the NDC, making this issue is traveling on all sides. I have decided not to join it. So just report when they say. And then Kennedy's been apologizing. There was a notice in the graphic yesterday where he was apologizing, and then I think one of the banner headlines in one of the newspapers
ahead of his appearance in court on Monday.
This man says Kennedy apologizes to Chief Justice, Judges and Magistrates Association of Ghana for outburst. You might be wondering why he's been apologizing all over. Well, he's to appear on Monday in court for contempt because of what he said after a judgment. Depth of okay, all right. So we'll leave you to explore the stories on myjoyonline.com. Let's take the last comment from our guest reviewer this week, Isaac J. Hyde. You were making a comment. You didn't quite finish. We lost you.
Yeah, Mama, I was saying that, I'm a law student like yourself at the GIMPA faculty. And we were all on the grounds during the demonstration last year that went pretty bad, especially with the police reaction. It is our hope that both political parties will stick to their promises regarding how they want to reform legal education in Ghana. And we look forward to good things from this manifesto.
But since you are in leadership, because you're NUC's president, we're saying that when they come to you, please ask them the critical questions with the timelines and the priorities, so that it's not just something that they put there beautifully because they know that there are lots of students waiting to get into the professional school.
Yeah, very important. I agree.
Okay. Just the last thing. This whole thing is new. You helping us with the review this week. What's the one thing that you've learned? What are you leaving us with?
It's been a wonderful experience, and it's been insightful. I used to like newspaper reviews. In terms of me walking by the roadside, going to school, and going to stand by the newsstand and reading some of the headlines. It brings a lot of memories and nostalgia of the past, and I appreciate this.
Well, we appreciate you joining us as well.
We like the picture, the other picture.
Yeah, the other picture. Can we have the other picture?
I think they should put it on.
That picture was my campaign picture going for the NUC election.
Oh, that's why you won. It explains why you won the election.
We like it. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy the Friday.
Thank you.
Certainly stay with us here on the AM Show. We've got plenty of good music coming from Della Butri and the Hewale Sounds. We've got Professor Nana SKB Asante. He's on the board of the National Peace Council. He's a paramount chief. He will be joining us as we have a conversation on the role of media in ensuring peace in this year's election. But we have to cross over to Riku Ampofo, who's got sports live. Serena is out of the US Open. I'm sad, but yeah. Over to you.